Live.
What's good? This is Merc with the Studio Food Network, and today we're gonna talk about protein bars with weed.
Protein bars with weed.
Okay.
Live in this bitch. You already know. Alright. So let me get scooted in. Alright, so
What's happening? Far most. You know what I mean?
what's happening? Let's get the mic ready. Alright, we good.
We live and direct.
We live. Alright, so I'm Straight Drop J. This studio talk. My motherfucking brother right here. Merc Johnson in his building. Mixing and mastering. CEO of Cube 6. Partner of DSP Studios. You already know me, Straight Drop J. CEO of DNA Labs. Partner of DSP Studios. I'm a sound designer, mixer, engineer. My dog, introduce yourself. What you do, dog?
You already know what I do. A lot of mixing, a lot of mastering. We do some sound design. Work on rack extensions with my brother Jay. We're gonna try to walk you guys through some basic mixing and mastering tips. There's gonna be different segments. You know, as you can see, it's just natural, uncut. We're not gonna bullshit much. We're just gonna get right to the basics and show you some shortcuts. Show you how to get this shit done. And shout out to Rose, man, and Burner, Collins Ave, smoking on some Collins Ave today. We working Pro Tools HD. We twerking the D command on the board. We're gonna use a variety of plugins. I don't know. I'm glad to have you.
Alright, so first, how we gonna make money in the music game? So I know you're probably watching because you read the title, How to Make Money in the Music Game. So, how do you make money? What's some tips for, say, a young engineer that he's trying to get in the game, but he ain't making money yet. He still gotta work a 9 to 5, but he wants to get money in this game. What tips would you do? What would you tell him to do first jumping in this game?
First jumping in this game, I would recommend the right equipment. You know, I would recommend the right equipment and the right set of plugins. Everything else is gonna come natural. Majority of things do the same. Once you learn the basics, you're gonna kind of flow through it. And once you got that down pat, it's really just advertisement, man. Reaching out to people, letting them know you have a quality service, providing a quality service, and word of mouth is gonna do a lot for you.
Okay, so equipment-wise, say you just opened the studio, you're trying to make money in this game. What equipment would you go for? I mean, me personally, I go for a preamp. What equipment would you go for?
I mean, it depends on the budget. You know, it depends on their budget. So if you're starting off small,
budget-wise, starting off small, say like under 1,000 preamp-wise, what would you go for?
Under 1,000 preamp, I would definitely recommend trying a lunchbox series, maybe something 500 series SSL. SSL has a great 500 series preamp.
Oh, the 6, yeah. That's just gonna be fire. Exactly. We're gonna do a segment on that soon.
We actually just ordered a 6.
We still gotta get the lunchbox.
But
show them what it's looking like. Pre-setting that thing into the lunchbox.
We actually just ordered the 6. We wanted to switch it up. We've tried UA products. We've tried excuse me,
Avalon.
We've tried Avalon, LA610. We've tried a handful of preamps.
We've been played with the Manleys and
Manleys are cool.
Manleys are definitely cool. What else we played with? Those Neve. What was that? It wasn't a Neve. It was a Neve clone. What's the fucking name of that shit? They had at Brush Studio, by Studio Center.
Which one was that?
I forgot, but it was basically a Neve clone. That shit sounded pretty clean.
Dope.
Show me what that's looking like.
This is basically your SSL 500 series 6-channel. So you see, it's small.
Give him a little close up. That shit's hard, dog.
It's a circuitry.
Oh hell yeah!
You got your preamp section. You got your high pass filter, 48 volt. You got some gain over here. You got some compression.
We'll do it.
EQing. Small. but it's perfect. It's all you need. It goes into a 500 series lunchbox. Depending on the size, you'll be able to add different things to that lunchbox within your budget and get the most for your sound.
So that one's like about under 500. It's like $4.99 and $3.99, something like that.
Something in that area.
And then you need a lunchbox, which is about maybe like anywhere from like $300 to like $800. But you can get a small one and bomb it still be under 1,000.
You're starting small, man. So,
but that motherfucker got the super analog circuitry from the big boards. It comes with a compressor,
EQ.
So yeah, it's gonna sound amazing. We'll do an actual a little segment,
It's gonna give you everything you really need to get the job done, preamp wise, within that budget. You know, interface, you can start small. M-Box, man, that M-Box Pro, the old M-Box Pro, believe it or not,
fire.
It's a kick-ass interface, man, believe it or not.
Hell yeah, M-Box.
Until you're ready to move up.
What else? I would say M-Box. If it's anything else, it doesn't come close. A little step up, Focusrite. We fuck with the Focusrite.
Focusrite is dope.
Scarlett. I don't know if you can see it, but that motherfucker's dope. It's it's under 1,000. Yeah. 1820. 18i20. So you got like, it's got like 8 inputs. I think it's 8 stereo inputs and outputs. Yeah, it's fire. All right, so bomb. That's what we would do for jumping into the game with a preamp. What about like mixing? Like, would you jump in straight into like a mixing board, or would you just go all in the box? You really don't need it. It just helps you out with like being faster.
This is a big ass mouse, bro.
A big mouse, for real. It's just a big mouse.
Don't worry about this until you really need it. It's gonna help you work faster. But if you're just starting,
you don't need it.
You don't need it.
So all right, so you need a computer, a nice preamp because you're gonna want them vocals to sound good, and then you're live, man, and you can start bringing in customers and everything. We'll maybe try to soundproof your booth, and everything else will come within time as in mixing. All right, so bomb, you got your equipment. Now you got to get some you got some customers. What would you tell? What's a tip for, say, like making it sound clean? Like just straight up, just jumping into the game. You recorded dry. It's on top of a YouTube beat, and now he's like, all right, I want to see your mixing and mastering skills. So what would you tell a young engineer / producer, recording, mixing, and mastering engineer, what to do? What plugins would you drop on it? What EQs?
Sidechain ASAP.
Sidechain ASAP. Okay.
I'm gonna run you guys through some cool shit.
All right, so sidechaining. A lot of times people don't understand what sidechaining is. What sidechaining is it's basically picking a frequency and pulling down and compressing just that frequency according to your input, your sidechain input. So a great plugin was what, the C6 sidechain compressor, multi-band compressor.
Yeah, C6 is dope. I use the C6 a lot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just upload a basic beat, man.
All right, cool.
An instrumental here from somebody that might have recorded previously. Let's just go with this.
Strap it on there.
We do not own the rights to this beat. Shout out to the producer of this.
Shout out to the producer.
If that shit's here, that shit's hot.
Yeah, you probably had her on YouTube, and one of the artists liked it. So.
Actually, this is
somebody you know.
This is a producer that works with one of the artists here.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to him.
Shout out to Young Kyle, man, having some fire ass production and fire ass lyrics. Keep an eye out for him. That boy coming.
Oh yeah, Young Kyle, he about to blow, boy, straight out of Florida, man. Yeah. Young Kyle, that's that fire. Fuck with Young Kyle shit.
Young Kyle go hard. All right, so let's C6 sidechain. You know, you open up your basic 2-track. As you can see, that's a 2-track that I just uploaded. Whether it be from YouTube or BeatStars or wherever it is, you're gonna get your beat at. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna get your beat. You're gonna upload it onto the Pro Tools session. You're gonna go into your plugin folder, and you're gonna go to Dynamics. Dynamics gonna take you to C6
sidechain. That's on the Waves plugins.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, Waves plugin.
So plugins, get your Waves plugins.
Screw, break it down to them.
All right, so this is multiple. It's a multi-band compressor, sidechain compressor. So each of these bands is a frequency spectrum that you could pick bass or mid bass or mids or highs.
Give me an example.
And say like usually on a YouTube beat, there's a lot of mids in it, so you're gonna want to pull down the mids. So go ahead and show them how you usually pull down the mids on there.
I'm gonna kind of center this down here so you guys can see what I'm doing.
And it carves space out for the mix so that the vocals sit in there instead of sitting on top and it sounds cluttered. It sucks it down and it compresses just that frequency, and that's what gives it a nice, good open space for the vocal. And that's why I love the sidechain, the C6. Now the sidechain option right here where it says internal and external, that's where you could actually send your sidechain input from the vocal. So whenever the vocal is coming on, it'll push down just those frequencies. And that's right there. You see where external and internal is? Once you put it on external, you could go to your key input and then pick where your vocal track is right there. So say your vocal track is on, say we're sending it to like bus 1. Bam, you just take your vocal track and route a send to bus 1, and now you have it sidechained to just that frequency. And that's some advanced shit.
That frequency is gonna hit right.
Exactly.
When those vocals come in.
And it's gonna smooth back in when it's not there, so it's seamless. So you can't even hear it. That's some advanced shit, bro.
I'm gonna show y'all what this does. Let's play it without. So, first thing you notice, we have overwhelming low mids. The high mids are a little bit piercing. We have some lows inside of the vocal sample and inside of the beat. There's a couple things that need adjustment here. That's the first things that I notice off the first couple seconds that I started with. So first thing I always do is set the tempo on the beat. If you don't have the tempo on the beat, which I do right now on the top, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in right now. I'm gonna go ahead and enter it. It's 145. If you don't have the tempo to the beat, you can always just click on the tempo plus sign here
and press the T
BPM
with the beat. Press the T button on your keyboard.
Press the letter T tab on your keyboard
and tap to the beat.
And it's gonna tell you
and
the
it'll
tempo
give you the
to
tempo.
beat.
That's a super tip. I just learned that, by the way. It's courtesy of a doll right here.
All right, so let's give it a listen. I'm gonna turn the beat back on. I'm gonna start to remove the mids.
Instant space.
Instant vocal space. I'm gonna split the frequency and take it from split to wide. Instantly clears everything up, man. Listen to this. Big difference, man. A lot of vocal space. You can solo them out, and you can actually see how much you're taking out.
Dope, man. That's super dope.
That's gonna help you open a lot of space in your vocals. It's gonna give you instant clarity. You haven't even touched your mix yet. Keep that in mind, man. The C6 goes a long way. Shout out to Waves C6. They doing their thing. Once you get that figured out, you're gonna kind of want to look for these peak areas. We're peaking over here, so I usually bring the beat down -4. Then I come over here to the plugin and I bring it down -1, -2. Majority of the time I have the beat linked over to a bus track, where then I bring that gain up after I've controlled everything that needs to be controlled, so I get a smoother sound, a cleaner sound. Now I'm ready to record vocals.
Nice carved out space for the vocals.
Bypass. Opened up. Now I'm able to turn it up and get a much cleaner sound than where I was before. It's overwhelming. It's clean. This is what you want to look for when you start start your mix or when you start recording your vocals. Either way, it's gonna help you a lot. Yeah, there you go. So I think that's how they should do that.
I think we should. All right, so now we know how to open up the beat, give it space for the vocal. Let's drop. Can we drop in some a vocal and you show them how to equalize it to sound crispy? Do we have like a vocal we could just jump in and just EQ that was dry?
I actually have something better than that. I have the same song recorded with vocals on it.
Nice. And you can show them how you EQ'd it and how you brought it from flat.
What's it called? It's called. We're gonna go over here.
These tips will make you money. Pay attention. Now we're not driving Ferraris and shit, but we both in foreigns and we don't have no fucking 9-5 or nothing. So we're not like balling crazy, but
we doing well.
We eating off the craft, and that's the goal. The goal is not to become like a Bill Gates or nothing. The goal is to live off your craft and be happy. Like, the money comes with it if you love it. Now, if you jump in it just for money, you got a problem. Like, you're a businessman and not a musician or artist. Us, we're musicians at heart, so that's why we love this shit. Like, I could just barely get by and pay my bills and be happy, but money comes with it in time.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys an example of what this song sounds like with a decent premix. You see, I got some plugins open,
and we'll drop this on. You're probably hearing it through our phone mics, but we'll put it on so you can hear it clean. I put it on the actual WAV file when we edit this.
Absolutely. Let me move this forward.
Hey, young nigga, let her hustle by my business. I'm a fucking businessman. I was broken forward 50 cent, remember, quit to get at any man. Truly. Hey, young nigga, let her hustle by my business. I'm a fucking businessman. I was broken forward 50 cent and we were quit to get at any man. Me and bro was sharing 50 cent, they say it's up, we get at many man. Whole lot of blicks with us, sticks with us like the fucking Taliban. Whole lot of clicks with the switch on them just like the Taliban. Bitch made when you piss, do you stand? You was not a man. You tough only on Instagram. I'm lit, nigga, I ain't need a scam. It's dread dead, I'ma sell a ground. Yo, bitch bad, I'ma dick her down. I'm gang, nigga.
Yeah, that shit's hard. Hell yeah, that shit sounds clean.
Alright, so you see it's kind of sitting in the beat, man. Overall, you can hear the vocals and you can hear them clean.
Knew that I'd be a lit nigga. Lit nigga, I was a go-getter. Half of the weed in the Glock in it. Louis knapsack got walk in it. Zop pop, I pour walk in it. Clock got 31 shots in it. Stay away from the Zans. Ayy, couldn't answer my door. I get right into it, overdo it and fuck up my plans. Ayy, he went up off of PPP. He ain't doing no scams, babe. Yeah, you know we still trapping out the P. I mean, where these grams, babe.
Clarity, man. Clarity. Shout out to Lil D, Bart Pilsen.
Bart Pilsen, he's hard
hear you,
too.
Boy, that's
yeah, that shit hard. Yeah, Bart Pilsen's hard as fuck too.
That's a great artist too, man. Him and Young Kyle got a lot of shit together. They're gonna be flooding the airwaves soon. But
all right, so show him the EQ. Show him a little preview on how you made the vocals clean, because I know that's got some effects on it.
Right. This EQ's gonna look a little. You know
so look a little intense.
Look a little intense, but I'm gonna walk you through it.
Fab Filter Pro Q2. Shout out to Fab Filter. Them niggas are fire. Them boys fire with plugins. Fire.
Fab Filter made me switch over from the waves.
The AQ37 7.
Yeah, over to them. Anyways, this shit is amazing. There's a lot for your vocals. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you what the vocals sounded dry. Well, let's do something different.
You know, solo it.
Yeah.
Or just mute the beat. You could just mute the beat.
I'm going to. This is what it sounds like with no plugins.
He went up off of PPP. He ain't doing no scams, babe. Yeah, you know we still trapping out the P. I mean, where these grams?
Drastic.
That was rough.
He went up off of PPP.
Alright, so the first thing I usually do is put a de-esser. Why? Fab Filter again, Pro DS, they do their thing. I put a de-esser first because I want to contain and control any frequencies that might be coming in off. Once I contain what's already there and bring it to a natural state, or a state that's smooth enough to work with, I can start to build from that point. So, and again, everybody does it different. This is my formula. I'm giving you the game. I work with multiple artists. It seems to work for them, so it should work for you. De-esser first. We're gonna contain and adjust frequencies, vocals that might be throwing in the letters P, T, S too loud. We're gonna contain those with the de-esser.
He went up off of PPP. He ain't doing no scams, babe. Yeah, you know we still trapping out the P. I mean, where these grams, babe? I'm trying to stay away from the ground, ayy. I'm trying to stay away from the Zams, ayy. Cause every time I do it, I get right into it, overdo it, and fuck up my plans, ayy.
Instantly we start to contain that. Now I'm ready to put some EQ in the game. Listen to what happens when I activate this EQ.
He went up off of PPP. He ain't doing no scams, babe. Yeah, you know we still trapping out the P. I mean, where these grams, babe? I'm trying to stay away from the ground, ayy. I'm trying to stay away from the Zams, ayy. Cause every time I do it, I get...
Vocals get down real low because we're doing subtractive EQing. And in most instances, or most situations when you're recording, you kind of want to just like rock out with the subtractive EQing, man.
So instead of boosting highs, you're taking away the mids and lows.
Yeah, like
so that's another tip.
The more that you boost in your mix, like, oh, we need more highs. Bring the highs up. It needs more lows. Bring the lows up. Let's add some mid presence. Bring the mids up. You know, like you're adding and you're adding, and you're gonna run out of headroom. That's something we're gonna get into later. Subtractive EQing provides the same outcome with more headroom at the end. So for example, you heard like the mids were overwhelming, the lows were overwhelming. If you understand your frequencies more or less, you're looking at this EQ and you're understanding what I did. I did a bunch of subtractive EQing, and the more subtractive EQing I would do, excuse me,
so the more subtractive EQing he does, the more headroom he saves, and it takes out the lows, and it allows the highs to breathe.
you dig?